Gutterball 107 coming hot at you on a Wednesday afternoon. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You want to get on Gutterball, let us know. Best way to get a hold of us is the Instagram DM. DM us on Instagram, get on Gutterball. We should be making an appearance on the C very soon here, and as well as a couple other guests, new guests, coming on the podcast real soon. Other than that, we're going to do how we're doing. Song of the week. Doesn't look like Paul's got anything. I'll carry the boat. I'll carry the haul for that. Paul, what's up, though? What's popping? What's new in your world? Anything pressing?
Yeah, no song of the week. Not a whole lot. Doing good. How about yourself?
Good. Trying to take it day by day. Yeah, no, doing pretty good. Doing better than I was weeks ago. But again, when I'm on the cast here, no one can really tell how you're doing that week from other than what we tell them, So I will say that I'm doing much better than I was in previous weeks, despite me saying I was fine. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm chilling. We're just gonna do song of the week real quick, something nice and easy. We're gonna go straight into Hum. That band Hum. It's pretty good. I don't know if you've ever heard any of their stuff. They got that one album called You'd Prefer to Be an Astronaut. It's got like the zebra on it and the lime green background. Nick Rushford, I was listening to one of his playlists and it was on there and he really likes Hum. And listen to that. It's very like it's a huge break from what I normally listen to, which is very targeted. Like when I listen to music, 99% of the time I listen to music for the lyrics, and like the other 1% is the instrumental. But this is kind of more like vibe. You can just kind of sit and put it on and listen to it rather than like have to focus on the lyrics and whatever. Because it made me realize I'm hanging out with people who are normal and they're like, man, you're listening to slam metal an awful lot. And that's like all I had playing like the whole weekend was just slam metal. And they're like, how about you listen to some of this? I'm like, okay, it's a little slower pace, and it realizes like how much more music is out there, I guess, because I never really listened to this hippie shit, which is what it is, hippie stuff. And I don't like hippies, but I like the music. So, but yeah, it's my song of the week. Check out Hum.
When you think about it, we're at the perfect time, and it's just going to continue to get vaster. But like, there is just a sea of art out there right now, whether it be podcasts, music, video games, whatever. We are just we're just surrounded in a sea of content right now to absorb, and it's kind of weird to think about, isn't it?
Most
just like
shit.
how much there really is, and how many creators there are, and who is like us. Like we're creating, we're just two fucking dickheads making a podcast, but it's just like, I don't know.
For yourself. Don't ever call me that. No, but no, it really is, because I'll be on Instagram scrolling on. Maybe you'll get this too on Reels, and you'll get like a post, and it'll be like it has 2 likes, and the person has like 150 followers, but it's like some weird content they made, and 99.9% of the time, it is the worst piece of garbage content you've ever seen in your life. But 1% of the time, a 0.001% of the time, it's something good. So yeah, it really is crazy how much content, especially music, even in metal music, it's completely oversaturated. But yeah, this isn't new. That album came out in 1995, so it's pretty old. So that's why it's maybe good. Yeah, it's hard to filter out what content is good or good. Like it's almost like I haven't started like listening to any new content creators, like whether it be podcast or like music a little bit. I haven't listened, but those are all old. I haven't been listening to anybody new.
Well, what's tough is when you're in school, college not so much, but like high school, I guess, and below, you are just every day surrounded by people that are into different things and discover different stuff, and that's how you would find out about things, right? Or like if you have a big family like us, kind of same thing. But then when you get out of school, I mean, it's kind of like what our brother Max says. What are the kids into these days? It's because he legitimately doesn't know. Like, and I don't know either. Like, I couldn't really tell you what the coolest toy is right now or whatever, or the coolest hip song or what's cool to play at parties and stuff like that. Like, I know not, like, it's just, and I've only been, what? Holy shit. It's been like, I've been removed from high school for 8 years. So
yeah, you're an old man.
Yeah.
Paul's basically falling apart. He can't.
Yeah.
He gets up, dude. He's got a cane. Trust me. No, it's impossible to stay relevant. Like, dude, I don't know what this is. What is Hawk Tuah? What does that mean?
Oh, do you want me to describe to you what that is? Because I know.
No, don't even know. Because here's the thing. All I know is I saw some like dumb, stupid woman, and I immediately clicked off. I'm like, I don't need to know what it is. It's a woman.
I thought it was actually pretty funny. It's just, well, it's a perfect example of like, you never know what's gonna just go viral. Like that lady doesn't post or doesn't make any content. She just happened to be getting a street interview from somebody who does, and it just went viral. That's what's like bizarre to me. It's like the people that are actually out there making content won't even get, is potentially even us get like a 0.1% of the exposure she got, and that guy got from that video. Essentially, what happened, Jack? Because we could talk about the Hawk Tuah girl. That's like a hot topic, I guess, in a way. This lady was getting a street interview from some guy on TikTok, and the question he asked her and the friend was something along the lines of like, what do you do to get like your man like in the mood or excited or like whatever? And she's like obviously probably a little drunk and goes, you need to Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me? Like just like, but said it in a funny way, and she was laughing. It was funny. Like she meant it, like she seemed like a very like sweet person the way, but like the way she said it was like vulgar, right? And then like overnight stardom. She already had merch lined up the next day, everything as soon as because she made the right move. Like some people would be way too late to go hop on the merch and everything, but once she saw how many views and how much traction it had, it was like, game over. I don't know her actual name, but she's met with celebrities now and stuff like that. Like she's really like jumped from being probably a nobody to essentially someone that's basically known worldwide.
No, still nobody.
She will be after a couple months. It's gonna be like, do you remember that Hawk Tuah girl? Hey, do you remember Harambe? Like it's just like,
You put her in the same league as a gorilla. I like that. I mean, I gorilla. Remember that gorilla? I remember that one girl. They're pretty similar things. But no, I'm not hip with the times. I really hate acronyms and lingo. I'm sick of that. I'm not about it, and I gotta like stay out of that. Just caught the tail end.
Okay, acronyms and like lingo. Like when LOL was big and LMAO. Okay, so for instance, what is one you hate? What is one you can't stand when you hear it? Because I have one for you right off the top of my head, and I fucking cannot stand it.
Okay, well, let me see if it's the same as mine. And I say this, and I unintentionally say it. It just is in my vocabulary. Is cap.
I hate it. I can't stand it. I hate cap. I hate when people say cap. I hate when people send me the little baseball cap emoji, and then I'll just be like, and then
that's worse.
That's so bad. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Yeah, just like I'm getting mad. I fucking hate you. You made me do this. Yeah.
What it means is I don't believe you. You're full of shit. You might as well just say you're full of shit to my face. Me behind a cap. 3 letters. You're full of shit.
I would rather get that pile of shit emoji than that fucking baseball cap. Fuck you. God.
I would say, fuck you, you fucking liar, rather than you say cap. You send cap to me, dude, it's game over. And I say no cap. I'm like, no cap. And then I hear myself say it. And
when you say it, I want to kill you. When you've said it to me, I want to murder you. I actually want to murder I want to murder you.
I want to...
I want to kill you. Yeah, in Minecraft. Yeah, no.
Cap is bad. Fucking... there's so many. I just can't even think out top now, but I say them. So now that I'm like thinking about it, I don't know, but there's quite a bit. Funna, say funna a lot.
Penna?
Go do that.
I don't care about Penna.
Gonna go do that. Yeah, because that one it's not really. It's just
it's quick. Only cap. I can't stand cap. I think it has a dumb meaning. I think the emoji for it's stupid. And yeah, die. If you use it, die.
Yeah, no, I haven't had anyone send me a cap emoji recently, thankfully. And it's weird because everyone I hang out with is like 4 or 5 years older than me, mostly nowadays. So they don't have that lingo, and I just caught the tail end of that retarded shit. It seemed like it got really, really, really bad there for a while. We need to bring Fi into circulation more. We need to take Fi back as something cool.
I'm just trying to keep that off the cast as much as possible because it is our last name.
Or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Your last name. It's not my last name. It's your last name. Don't drag me in with this.
What do you mean?
Don't drag me in with this. I don't want people knowing my last name. Fi
What's
is not
your
my
last name?
Don't worry about it. What's my last name? Okay. Stop telling people are busy. You want to know where my address is? Where I sleep? It's right there, Paul. That's where I sleep. Right there. No. I think we need to bring that back into circulate. I've been using it a lot. And people that I hang out with, like, you can't say your last name as something cool, you fucking dummy. And I'm like, yeah, I can. Watch me. So I drop Fi a lot. Pie's a good word. Pie's nice. Um,
It's easy. Rolls off
but,
the tongue. Simple.
it does roll off the tongue. Paul, I had a great weekend. I got to go to Minneapolis Pride. You ever been to Minneapolis Pride? Of course you haven't, Paul. I'm gonna tell you about it.
I have
It's
not.
pretty fun. Huge turnout. Like it was the biggest. Well, it was the first like Pride I ever went to that was big. Like that. I think the estimated turnout was like over 300,000 people, and man, it was busy like the whole entire both days. I went pretty much the whole day. It's cool. I had a lot of fun. I never, again, I never been to something like that. It was
That's
in
cool.
Minneapolis. Got a hotel room. Had a really great weekend. Met some cool people. I went to that One Up Down arcade bar. You've been
Oh,
to
I've
that?
been there. Yeah.
Yeah. I was waiting in line because, like me, like an asshole, I thought the arcade wouldn't, metal detect and wand you. So I had to set my knife down on the windowsill on the outside and just lose my knife because there are wanded people patting you down and checking your bags. Apparently, people stab each other up down. Dude, their security was tight. Not only was there
I
one of those
never
things
ran
you
into
walk
that.
through, then you get a wand. Paul, no. You haven't seen that, dude?
Was it
Okay.
because it was so packed?
Yeah, because it was so packed, I think, but there was 4 layers of security. You had to put all your things in a bin, like going to a concert. You had to go through a metal detector, then they had to wand you, and then they had to look through all your shit.
They must have
And
had something happen there then.
they must have had something happen because me and the person I was with, well, a couple people, but me and another person I was with, we had to just set our knives. I was like casually, I'm like, well, lost a knife. Hope it's here when it come back, and it was not there when I came back. So just set it on a windowsill outside of it and walked in. So it's kind of upset about that. Yeah, a lot of people are stabbing. A lot of stabbings at arcade bars, but no, that was cool. That was cool. Yeah,
At
so I had a really great.
specifically arcade bars. It's my
Yes.
turn on the fucking yeah.
Dude, those guys, there's some guys in there that are serious. There's like guys that didn't leave the same game for the whole night. They have the hood up. They're playing, dude. Like 2
Yeah,
guys are playing
well,
in-game, man.
those people are the worst because you should be courteous and honestly,
They don't
like
let
you should.
game a rule.
Yeah, like I try to when I'm in those places or like at an arcade or something. Like even when there isn't a lot of people around, I limit myself to a certain amount of time and move on to the next thing. Because I'm not getting the full experience. I'm not here to play fucking whatever game the entire time. I'd rather try a
Yeah.
bunch, but it's just
Um,
courteous too.
I am there to play Time Crisis 3. Let's be real with you. But the thing about Time Crisis 3 is, dude, I don't know. Maybe I was good or maybe I was bad, but I felt like we were going a while because I just kept one-shotting everybody. Like I didn't die a lot. Like I was doing pretty good in there. It was fun. I think we were playing Time Crisis for like 20 minutes. Everyone else played from because they all died immediately. We were just slaying, killing shit. So I don't know. I love Time Crisis. I love those shoot 'em up games. They only had like 3 in there. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
actual.
similar to like that one. Yeah, I like those style. Like I really want in my house the like deluxe flat screen Big Buck Hunter someday. Those games are
Yeah, I
so fun
mean
to me.
that one, but you could also get like Halo Storm, Firestorm Elite, that big ass one, the 4
Yeah,
player. You play that. That one's cool.
that
I
is
just feel
cool.
like fuck the big buck. You got the Terminator 2 Judgment Day, like you're set, and they have multiple variants of that. They have a newer one too, that's like not as old as that with newer guns and stuff. That's the one I remember playing. Or they have Salvation, maybe is the newer one, which is a fun
Yeah,
machine. Those are great.
yeah, but you're talking like full scale, large, actual arcade machines meant for
Yes,
like arcades.
yeah,
That's
1
why
million.
I want like the big scale Big Buck Hunter. I think those are kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, being in Minneapolis makes you realize how much I want to live there because the nightlife is popping. It's just fun. Like people are doing shit. It's fun to talk to people. People are cool. But then on the other hand, I don't like the amount of crackheads and homeless people. Don't like that.
It isn't for me. It wasn't for me. I mean, I don't really miss it. Destiny kind of does, which is surprising because I thought she disliked it more than me. But I don't know, man. I feel like if you live there, you after a year or two, you'd be like, "This sucks."
But here's the thing,
There is a
honestly,
big
bro.
nightlife there, though.
I don't. I would if I lived there. I don't think I'd want a car. I would just walk or take the bus. Or to be honest with you, because I hate driving down there. I fucking
Yeah,
loathe
and
it.
you'd have to just like
Parking
live in
shit.
an apartment downtown. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, and that'd be a vibe. But there's a quite a bit of people. I mean, like it's 3 p.m. on a Saturday, night and or Saturday evening, and there's homeless people screaming at the walls and nodding off, like right next, and the cops are
Yep.
doing shit. The cops, like I could see the cops
They
from where this
can't.
guy's nodding off.
They
They
can't
don't
do
do
anything.
anything.
They
Fucking
can't.
maddening. One guy just screaming at people and shit.
The cops have no obligation to help you in any
No,
situation. They don't have
seems
to.
like they really, seems like
No,
they
they
low.
legitimately don't have to.
Really.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I've seen videos of that where
yeah,
they
they
just don't.
legitimately don't have to.
Yeah. That's an issue. It's like, why have law enforcement? It seems like if you were down there, you'd really have to, if someone
Well,
tries to fucking
that's just the
be
case
careful.
of like some people are above the law, and I hate how they can just pick and choose what is the law and what isn't, and when to intervene and when not to. Kind of bullshit.
Yeah, fucked up, man. So it's the only downside. But other than that, go to Minneapolis Pride. That was fun. Good stuff. Good stuff. Paul, anything on your mind? Any topics?
Well, I didn't get to do the UFC 303 predictions last week, and that event happened. So I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. One sec here. I accidentally exited out of it. So I'm
Poor
going to be
UFC.
real with you. This is probably one of the worst pay-per-views I've ever purchased.
For how much? A price of $80.
Well, yeah, because I get the ESPN Plus discount, so it's 80. But
More? It's more if you don't have it. How
yeah,
much is it?
it's $110 if you don't have it,
Jesus
or something
Christ.
like that, or 105. Anyways, the prelims were okay. Majority of them decisions. There was like 3 knockouts from what I remember. Honestly, I think the prelims were probably better than the actual main card, to be real with you. Peyton Talbot got a crazy knockout in 19 seconds. Joe Pyfer got a crazy knockout in about a minute in. Oh, Joe Pyfer's knockout was nuts, dude. He like hit the guy, wobbled him, and he was up against the cage. He hit him again, but then as he fell, he wasn't out yet. He hit him with like an uppercut as he fell right on the jaw, and the dude like it was like face plant, like hands underneath them, like face on the canvas. That was crazy.
Did he lose?
Yeah, he lost. Yeah, that guy lost.
Yeah.
The main card though, dude, kind of sucks. So what opened up the card was Ian Machado Gary versus Michael Venom Page. Ian Machado Gary is my most hated UFC fighter at this current moment. I hate him.
Okay.
I can't
What's
stand him.
he annoying? What's he doing? Knocking out
He's undefeated. He's annoying. He's Irish and tries to be the next McGregor. He's a cuck. I just
Like,
I can't stand him. I've wanted the last few people to knock him out, and I really thought Michael Venom Page was going to be able to beat him. But then, of course, guess what Ian goes and does? Even though Ian's a really good striker, and he goes against Michael Venom Page, who's a better striker, he just decides to hug him the whole time. So that sucked. It's like, dude, just actually strike him. Don't be a pussy. The female fight ended in a bad cut. The doctor called it due to one bad cut, which it was pretty fucking bad. Like, I was like, okay, I can see why they called this fight. They called it in round 2.
you sure she doesn't feel like doing it and they cut the fight? Fighter, she doesn't feel like doing it. We're cutting
And
the
then
fight.
Anthony Smith sat and did nothing for 3 rounds and got beat via decision. Diego Lopez, my boy Turok, won. Crazy thing that happened, Jack. He was supposed to fight Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega falls out that morning. He gets sick. Who do they call?
Mhm.
Dan Ige. Dan 50K Ige. 50K for the bonus. That's why it goes by Dan 50K Ige. What's that? You want me to fight on 4 hours notice? Yeah, I can make weight. Comes in at catch weight to fight Diego at 165, and Diego beats him by decision. Diego won the first 2 rounds, but was kind of gassed by the third. And then everybody was kind of like, why was Diego gassed by the third? We've never seen him like this. It's like, bro, he was supposed to have this fight at featherweight at 145, so he cuts to that, finds out Brian Ortega's going to miss weight, so they agree to do it at 155, so he cuts again. And then he finds out on that day that it's like, oh, you're fighting at 165 now, so it doesn't matter that you cut. You need to gain weight back. So it's like, of course he's going to be fucking gassed. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
He had a cake off fucking like an hour ago. He's like, I had to make weight. Okay, well, how sick do you have to be to not go to UFC fight? Like throwing up?
I don't know. It must have been bad enough, though, for them to pull him from the card. To be fair, though, Brian Ortega seemed, everybody's saying this, he seemed kind of weird at the press conferences and stuff. Like, not on point. Kind of like nonchalant. It was weird. I don't really know how to describe it. Yeah. And then the main event, I mean, I wanted Yuri to win, but what do we expect? Alex Pereira knocked him out in 13 seconds of the second round. That guy's a monster. He knocked out Yuri again. I don't see anybody dethroning him at a light heavyweight anytime soon. And yeah, so that's pretty much UFC talk, but one final note on it here. At that post-fight press conference, one of the reporters asked Dana White, hey, we know you've been going all over the U.S., all outside the country now. You haven't been at the Apex much. Are there any other states that you are trying to get to within the next year? And he goes, Minneapolis. He's like, I love Minneapolis. We haven't been there since 2014. He's like, I'm trying to get a car booked Minneapolis, something along the lines of that. And when I heard that, I was like, because I don't care what the card is, even if it's like a fight night, I'll pay. I'll go. I'm going.
Mm. Oh,
Like
nice.
I'm gonna go to it. Yeah, whatever it is, whenever it gets announced, I don't care if it's a fight night or a pay per view. I'm gonna go.
If it gets announced. He said he wants to. It might never happen. It could be
Well,
another year.
yeah, I
You
don't
know,
care when it is, as long as it's within my lifetime. I'll try to attend. So
probably not. We'll see though.
yeah, no, Dana. Yeah, Dana will be long gone.
Dana will fuck you. He wants to.
I don't know.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't come to Minneapolis. Our sports commissions suck, dude. Or in Minnesota.
yeah. I just assumed Dana was gonna announce another fight that would not happen. You know, like, oh,
It
we're
was
gonna do this fight. Oh, it's not happening. What was supposed to happen a couple weeks ago didn't happen.
it was supposed to be
Crazy,
Connor. It was supposed to be Connor
crazy.
this last weekend.
I know. It's crazy, ain't it? It's wild. Yeah, that's a damn shame. I don't know. I haven't been watching much UFC or anything. I do get the highlights of the knockouts, so I'm sure I've seen all the knockouts that night. People post them on Twitter. It's the best thing about Twitter.
Yeah.
See,
Well, come over. 27th is the next big pay per view.
of what? This month?
Yeah,
Yeah,
27th of July,
I'll have to
Saturday.
check.
Patty the Batty fights Bobby Green on that main card.
Ugh. I hate both those people. Dull men.
I like Bobby. Hey man,
Bobby.
hey
I like
man,
Bobby.
his fucking fighting style is hood. It's that's official.
Hood, yeah, works out well. I don't know, 60%, 40% of the time.
I would say Bobby he has more wins than losses, that's for sure. I would say Bobby's style has like a 65 to 75% success rate.
Okay, all right. Mm. Terrible. You shouldn't fight like that. Fight like anyone else. You probably wouldn't get. And many
What's
times
up?
you would.
What's up? The whole time? What's up? That's all he's saying to him. What's up? His hands are down. You have to give it to him. When his head movement's on point, it's
It is.
crazy to watch. It's cool to watch. Like when he's like, and he's slipping punches and just getting you out of nowhere. Like a jab just comes up from out of nowhere and he like stumbles you. It's like, Jesus Christ, that's kind of crazy. But then when he's doing all that head movement and then he fucking swings his head into a hook from Judober and gets put unconscious, like you don't know.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I drank the Celsius. Thought it would pep me up, but I'm just like.
I was gonna say you're seeming pretty like
I'm
bummed
a little
out.
I'm not bummed out. I was
You're
so.
pretty-
Paul knows. I come into the Discord. Like,
sorry,
screaming.
no, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Ruby's bummed out today. We'll be calling the cast early.
I'm not bummed out. I'm more pepped than you ever will. All right. I'm more pepped than the Dr. Pepper. What do you think about that? Dr. Pepper. And no, I'm just kidding. No, Paul, what do you think about? Have we touched on this? Have we talked about DrDisrespect yet? Have we talked about the
No,
man?
we need to though because we're like way overdue on it.
We're way overdue, ladies and gentlemen. For those that don't know, Paul, this happened. Can you believe it, Paul? 7 years ago in 2017, Doctor's famous.
Oh, really? That's when he was kicked off Twitch.
2017, Paul. Isn't that
Wow.
wild? Yeah,
Seems like
I thought it
yesterday.
was like 2 years ago. It seems like yesterday. Well, anyway, famous internet personality, YouTuber, DrDisrespect was mysteriously cut from his Twitch contract about 7 years ago on 2017.
And we never knew for the longest time.
Never knew. It was just a mystery. Everyone was like, "Oh, Doc." And here's crazy. I watched his last stream before he was cut because it was weird. There was a lot of weird stuff that happened in his stream. He kept checking his phone during games. He never do that because I used to watch him. I like not like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and watch DrDisrespect. I'm gonna sit down and play a game while he's on. So I actually watched his last stream, and yeah, no one knew for 7 years what happened. It was gone. He just swapped to YouTube. Everyone was like, whatever. Well, we find out that a Twitch mod comes out recently and says, yeah, he was dropped because he was messaging a minor through Twitch chats.
Because that person no longer worked for Twitch anymore, so they could say whatever, right? Because I think Twitch made them sign an NDA.
Yeah, for sure. That's why you didn't hear about it, which is kind of a bitch move on Twitch, protecting pedophile like that. But then,
what the fuck?
Right off the bat, they sent some like screenshots and stuff of like the news. But anyone could have said that was fake, right? You that mod could have just been making it up, right? Like no one could have believed that credibility of the mod. But then DrDisrespect himself came out on Twitter, releases a response, pretty much
and
said,
admitted to it.
I was thinking, yeah. And I liked how Dick Masterson put it because he specifically in that thing he said I was messaging underage person. He's like, when you don't say the age or the gender, we assume it's a man and they're 13 years old. You gay faggot. And he's yelling about
That's
Dr.
terrible.
He's like, she was not 17, she was 13. If she was 17, he would have said that specifically. All right. She was underage and you're a fucking creep. And yeah, no, it's disgusting. And it seems like some people are trying to defend him and all that. And
Yeah.
you know what the part about this, Paul, is? You know, he was a Subway spokesperson too. Subway just can't catch a break. They got Jared and then immediately get
yeah, he was tied to the Kansas City Chiefs as well. They cut all ties with him. I think it was the Kansas City Chiefs, or was the 49ers. I don't know. I was getting fucked up.
WWE. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I'm just gonna come out and say this. I was never really a Dr. Disrespect fan. I've watched a few streams of his very early back in the day when this was like, this is the new guy. He dresses up and does this macho thing, and I'm like, cool. I never really got into him. I will say this though, it doesn't. It's always guys like that get caught for some weird shit like that. Like, I'm kind of waiting for the day for me to hear something about Landmark. Have you ever watched Landmark?
What? The guy that wears a wig and a bulletproof vest and plays video games, the pedophile? Whoa! I can't.
No, it's just the games he was playing though too. It's like, who as an adult male plays Fortnite? Play something else.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, find something that's find an actual game.
All VTubers.
I don't respect any adult that plays Fortnite.
No, I can't respect you, man. It's just weird. Well, first of all VTubers are pedophiles.
18 and under, sure, play Fortnite.
But it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, no, that shit's. I don't like playing young kids' games. You shouldn't be playing Roblox. There are adult Roblox streamers. That's weird. That's some weird shit. Oh my god, that brought back some weird shit, bro.
What we're gonna go stream Roblox now and play the Counter-Strike servers?
No, bro. I just thought about a weird memory with Ben Grimes when we were playing Roblox back in the day. That was weird.
Drop
bro.
it. What happened?
All right. So
was it like that video where the guy pulled up in the car and there was a clown inside? You remember that one? And he gets pulled. You remember that Roblox?
No.
That Roblox video?
Oh yeah, he gets kidnapped.
Yeah, the kid screaming.
Worse. This is
and
worse.
The clown was having his way with him in the van.
Okay, so we had to be at least 15, 16 because we'd go on Roblox and just like mostly troll people. But there were some tycoons on there that were like actually built well, and tycoons are just like you farming simulator and shit. But they put it in Roblox. So we would go play that, and we did have fun. We were young kids, 15, but we would encounter adult weirdos on there all the time. Now that I think about it, dude, there was a lot of fucking weirdos on there, like grown men that we would chat with and shit because we knew
that is not good,
yeah.
dude.
No, bro. But here's one that's weird. We ran into these group of like kids. So it was like 3 kids, and supposedly their mom was playing, but their mom, it's like the kids were 6 and the mom was like 50. And the mom and dude, it was so weird. That was, dude, now looking back, that might have been some like weird grooming shit going on we just witnessed. They were playing this tycoon game, Paul, but the kids kept calling the mom mommy, and she insisted they call her mommy and would get pissed if they didn't. So they'd be playing a game and like, I'm gonna go do this. And they're like, what are you gonna go do? And they're like, I'm gonna do this, mommy. He's like, that's right. Make sure you call me mommy or it's gonna be punished. Like shit like that. And I just thought about that. That was weird, bro. That was some weird. We were on voice chat just in the game, and me and Ben were like being really mean to her. Some English. We're like, oh hey, governor, you got fucked up teeth, do ya? Because they're like English or something, like real British or some shit. You know, and they're really easy to make fun of those people. You can poke fun at anything, just pick a part of them and laugh at it. It's really easy with the British. No, that was weird. So yeah, there's a lot of weirdos that play Roblox. God.
Dude, speaking of well, anyways, to just tie that topic off, fuck Dr. Disrespect. He's a creep. We don't support that shit. Fucking put him in the grave. I hope his wife leaves him. But
he's not leaving. He's still strong. He's beating the allegations, Paul. He beat the allegations.
Fuck, I just forgot.
I
forgot what I was gonna go to topic wise, but oh well.
I want to talk about Dr. Disrespect a little more anyway. I mean, we got it. Paul, we got I mean, we can talk about other pedophiles if you want. How many weeks in a row have we talked about pedophiles? It feels like a lot of weeks in a row so far. But anyway, no, that guy is number 1 suspect. I can't believe it took him 7 years he had to come up with a response, and this is what he had. This is his response, was that Twitter post. It just, like, completely ruined any credibility he had. Like, that
Yeah.
guy, you'll never see much of him again, but he'll probably still try to stream. Um, yeah, just kinda like with that "Eat That Pussy" thing, at least YouTube told us right away what "Eat That Pussy" did. I know he was caught, though. He was caught,
He was
so,
caught, and YouTube
yeah.
took action pretty quick on his channel and shit, I think. Oh, I
Well,
remember
yeah.
now.
Okay.
Speaking of British guys or British people, have you seen the YouTube channel? It's been getting recommended to me. It's very like low subscriber count, called Access Area 6. One word. You
Is
seen that
that the
channel?
dude is that the dudes that have, like, the bomb ordinance and shit? Is that what they
No,
do?
no. So this guy, Access Area 6, this is what YouTube was made for. So if you're at all interested in like video game collections or like vintage, like really hard to find, like one of one games made for like a console, go check out this guy's channel, Access Area 6. It's just this older guy. I'd have to say he's in his 50s. Britain, you can tell he's from Britain, accent and all.
The
But it's your
wooden leg. Yeah.
it's your classic like guy has a camera, no cuts, sits in front of it or holds it, and he just, hey guys, today the video will be title will be all lowercase, top 10 super hard to find Xbox 360 games, and then he'll just go through them, the ones he has. And this dude's room, dude, is fucking nuts. He's got like every statue, every limited edition controller you can think of, brand new in the box for PlayStation 2, PS3, Xbox, everything. And he'll like hold up the game and just go through it of like why it was rare and why it was super hard to find and how much he actually bought it for and where he got it, like eBay or whatever.
Mm.
So if you're interested in like really unique collections like that, it's pretty sick. Like he's got
Does he
all the Resident Evil chainsaw controllers for PS2,
that's
GameCube,
cool.
and all of them like brand new. Um, and
Does
that's
he
like,
have that one Xbox game? The rarest Xbox game of them all?
which
The
one is it?
Perfect Dude. Do you know
Huh?
what that is? I think
Which
it's
one?
called The Perfect Dude Life. You ever hear of that?
Yeah, oh wait, no. I don't know if he does have it, but isn't that the one where there was accidentally like naked like underage girls in it or something?
Oh, yeah, no, there wasn't accidentally. They purposely knew they were
No,
putting it in.
apparently
Yeah.
I looked into this. Apparently they never
Oh,
knew when it
yeah.
was published,
She
but then
lied
they
about her age,
but
yeah.
she lied about her age. They pulled the game as they should, but
Mhm.
people were like, "Well, what do we do that we own it? Do we technically own like child porn? Like what do we do
Dude,
here?" And according to the law, it's completely safe to sell the game in whatever. Like it's like
it's
hands
still
off.
safe to sell. Everyone I've heard said that you can't sell it, but
I've
maybe
heard
that's
it's safe to sell. Like
mm.
I don't know. And for I don't know if it must have
So how
been a
much is it going
Facebook
for,
page.
actually? Paul, do you know where I could buy it? Do you have a link?
What was it
I'm s
called? The Perfect Dude Life or something?
I feel like it was perfect, like, dude life. It was really, really dumb. One of those, like, early 2000s.
Yeah, so it was an Xbox. It was an original Xbox, right?
Yeah, original
It was an
Xbox.
original Xbox game that accidentally. Well, the lady lied about her age. She was what, actually 17, and they had to take naked photos of her or whatever and put her in the game. And then that made the game actually have child porn. And then they found out about it and they're like, "Oh shit!" Pull the game from the shelves. So obviously it didn't sell well. But I don't know if it's like a problem to own. Uh, but no, I don't think he has that game.
Good, you should no one should own that game. No, I thought you were gonna wait, what was that channel called again? Shut that down one more time.
Access Area 6. And the reason why I got to shout it out is just because this is what YouTube was made for. I love that stuff where like people who are not very tech savvy or just throw up a camera with no fancy audio equipment, no special lighting, and they just sit in their living room or their game room and they're just like, or what, and they just talk about whatever they're passionate about. Even if it's out in the woods, like just some dude sitting in the woods, like, hey, I'm going to show you guys, like, I hand carve this wooden thing and I do these all the time. I like that
Mhm,
shit. Just like how I'm into that like Wrangler school guy that just sits there and smokes cigars and talks about
mhm.
life. Like I like that shit. I might not be into like raising cattle or fucking horses or whatever the hell he does, but I'm into like the philosophy he has to talk about. So like Access Area 6, just because I like the guy's voice, I'll just like throw it on and like while I'm playing something or doing something on my
Mm.
computer and just kind of look over and be like, "Oh yeah, dude, that game is sick. Like I've never seen that before. Like what the fuck? This exists?" Like it's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
I thought you were Access Area 6 sounds like that. I think it's literally called the Ordnance Channel, but they have, like, unexploded military ordnance and, like, really old Russian military gear that's, like,
That's cool.
radioactive. Those guys are cool because they'll be like unscrewing nuclear warheads and shit that like are like hulls, but they're still like fucking sus. Like you don't want to hold that shit or breathe any of the things in because it's like uranium. It's like coated in uranium dust.
Yeah,
That's cool. I like that channel.
that is cool.
Yeah, I mean those YouTube channels can work, but man, only for certain people because you can only say and so much, and if you're, I mean, I assume he's cutting it, not just a straight shot,
Oh, he
obviously.
definitely says like and stuff,
Mm,
and it's long form content. They were originally 40-ish minute videos, but then people were like being mean to him in the comments, and that made him make shorter content, like down to like 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm just like, that guy should be doing what he wants to do because it seems like he's doing it
mm.
to just because he likes to do it, and I think that's what he should be doing it for, not for the fucking people that are like 40 minutes to talk about 5 games, really? Like, it's like, nah, don't listen to those fucking guys, man. You take as long as you want to explain. That's the way
Mm,
I see it.
I don't have sympathy for people who get bullied by others online. What are you, fucking loser? Like, just do what you want, you fucking loser. God, this guy's a loser,
No,
Paul.
he's
No,
not.
anyway,
I want him
no,
on the
don't even. Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. How many times you say his name? A couple. We'll be reaching out for some claims for that. You guys keep shouting every time Paul brings in. He's like, "Oh, shout out this person, shout out them." Get no clap from them. We need some from them now. We need to get shouted out on some podcasts. Very little people are saying go listen to the Gutterball
Do
podcast.
you think I
If
should
this fucker,
should I
I,
DM that
yeah,
fleshlight guy right now and try to get Malik Lazary on the show?
yeah. Tell him I like to jack off too. We'd get right along. We'd be friends immediately. Shake hands right out the bat. Yeah, no, Paul. I don't want a weird sex freak on the cast. We already have one. Some weird baldness, hairless sex freak. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Wait,
kidding.
who?
I just wait. Who? I'm just kidding. I
Apparently, I DM'd him last January, a year ago, and
what do you say?
I DM'd him and I replied to his story, which I can no longer see, and I said, "Jesus Christ, you're dripping Jimmy." That's all.
It could have been in reference to hundreds of things. But
And then I messaged him, "Always watching," just now.
always watching, always
Always
fuck
watching.
you. I hate that. Well, as
Kung
long as the
Pao.
topic we're not every week. We talked about it last week, I think, didn't we? That's like 5 weeks in a row. Paul has brought up Emma Lazary. Get him on the cat. That's the next time. The next time you mention his name is if he's sitting in this chat room right now and we're talking to him. Don't want to hear about his gross, weird sex fetish freak on the internet. Don't want to
I
hear
do.
about it.
I think it's
Let's
hilarious.
talk about
I
another
think it's so
pedophile,
fucking
Paul.
funny.
Boogie
Why?
Boogie2988. You hear about the Boogie2988 scandal, this drama, the scam?
No.
So Boogie2988, also known as the Internet Father, also known as the fattest person on Earth, maybe the fattest person of all time. He launched a new crypto coin where it's basically a parody of Andrew Tate, where it's called Daddy Coin or Fatty Coin, and
Fatty coin? Why is it
yeah, it's
called
called Fatty
Fatty
Coin.
coin?
Yeah, it's called Fatty Coin, and everyone's jumping on his throat, essentially saying that Boogie is scamming his viewers and stuff, and that he's a piece of shit. Let me lay it down raw for you what really happened, Paul, with Boogie's. So he launched a coin, and if you watch the internet ad, in the ad that he filmed for it, he literally says, "Oh, I lost all my money on crypto," which he did. "I'm a fat fucking loser," which he is. And he goes, "Buy my fatty coin if you want to lose all your money and be a fucking broken loser." That's how he's selling this coin. He's promoting the coin by literally saying, if you buy this coin, you're a fat loser and you will lose all your money. You will lose all your money if you buy the coin, Paul. By the way, Paul, each coin is worth like 0.01% of a cent or something like that. So you can earn like for like $100 you can earn literally millions of coins if you wanted to, right? But really can't spend more than $10 on a coin. But everyone's jumping on his back saying that it's another crypto scam and Boogie scamming everyone. But pretty much the whole gist of the thing is they don't know what they're talking about because no one has been scammed of it. The whole gist of all this, people hating on him, is that some people might get fooled by it, but no one has gotten fooled by it. If that makes sense. But the
That
whole
does make
selling
sense.
point is don't buy it, you know? And is everyone just jumping on his back? So I'm defending Boogie this week somehow, Paul, even though I really, really dislike Boogie. You ever
Dude,
watch that Hotel?
I'm just
Him
so
and Wings?
I'm just so sick of hearing about crypto. I just don't
Yeah.
care, dude. Okay,
Well,
how about
yeah, I
this?
don't
Do you
care either.
have
I just thought it
any
was a good meme.
I get it. It is good to me. Do you have any friends or anybody around you that's a big crypto head?
Um, I know of people, friends of friends, that got into it, but no one like really.
So,
No.
like, for instance, I know somebody that's just like super into it, and all they do is post on their Instagram story about it like every day, like paragraphs of like, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I'm looking, and this dude is still fucking broke. I'm not trying to be a dick. I don't know what's in his bank account, but like the dude,
Yeah, you are. What do you mean? I keep looking at this guy's story, but he's still fucking broke. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything.
well,
You
I'm
called
not,
him broke.
no, I'm just saying like,
Just kidding.
I'm
That's
just saying,
funny.
like, I can't see his bank account or whatever, but unless he's very conservative about everything he owns and what he does, I don't think he's making much money off crypto. And he's been doing it for like 6 years or since like the last big boom of crypto,
Could be.
whatever that was.
Could have a lot of money. Have a lot of
Eh,
money.
I don't know. I fucking hate crypto.
Trying to be
Um,
rude, but that dude's broke as fuck. He had no money. Jesus Christ, man. It's only wrong.
can we talk about movies and TV
Movies and TV again, Paul? We doing
every
this
week?
every week?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
like movies.
But
I've
when
been
I
watching a lot of
do
movies and
2
TV.
songs of the week, Paul's like, "Oh, Paul does 15 movies of the week. It's all good. Run the show." I'm just kidding.
Well, I have
Run the
had
show.
Pulp. I think I've said this on the show, maybe not. I've had Pulp Fiction brand new sealed on Blu-ray for probably about 7, 8 years. I bought it like senior year of high school or year after it, and I finally watched it
What
this last week.
did you
Destiny
think?
had never seen it too.
This is unplanned either. We're talking about Pulp Fiction. Rest of the show.
Um,
Pulp-
terrible in my opinion, like a terrible kind of plot, the way it bounces around. But like maybe you just need to explain it for me because I think I need to watch it a second time to be honest with you. But I did really like the Bruce Willis following like of his character, and then I really liked the following of Samuel L. Jackson's and John Travolta's character. I didn't really care too much for Uma Thurman's character, Mia Wallace, or um well honestly that's about it. I don't know. I think it was just I don't like how you know how it is, how it's like split up the way it is, where it starts with
Yeah,
like,
it's awesome. It's the greatest film ever made. That's the coolest part about the movie.
okay, but
It's awesome.
can you explain to me the entire like why did the what's his name? Vince Vega is John Travolta, right?
Yes.
What is the purpose of me seeing the scenes of Mia Wallace and Vince Vega? What was the point of that?
The point of that was to establish. Well, I think one, it was establish him as an heroin addict, and just add more weight to the character, I guess. And it's like part of the story. Um, just to kind of show what character he is. And I thought it was a good little side arc where she ODs and shit. And it just kind of also, I think it paints how serious Marcellus Wallace is.
That's
And
all that's the only thing I could come up with is like was like, oh, you know how much trouble we're gonna get in if he finds out, blah blah blah, both of them.
mm,
That's the only reason I saw that scene to be useful. I'm like, okay. The other thing, when Bruce Willis blows away Vince Vega in the bathroom, right? Is that like way after all those previous events?
yeah, yeah, okay, so let me try to remember it in my head because I haven't seen this movie in years. But when I watch it, I'll know. And it is you're right. It is definitely one because I've seen this like it's one of those movies I've talked to. I watched it and immediately watched it again, like after like 5 minutes after I
Yeah.
finished it. Because I was like so enthralled in it. It's a little confusing. But he kills Vincent when Jules is I wanna say because after that man, I kinda got it messed up because I have to, like, watch it again to
Yeah, I
know.
get
I
it.
do know when he killed him.
But
Yeah.
okay, well then the other thing about it was like um I thought it was like really fucked up the turn of events that happened, like when he hits Marcellus Wallace with the car and they end up in that shop and whatever. And then
Yeah,
he's
that's
just
fucked up.
he cocks the shotgun. He's just like, nah, man, I'm pretty fucking far from
Far
okay.
from
But
okay.
no, when I watched it and Bruce Willis was gonna leave, I was like, nah, man, you can't even if he's your enemy, you can't let that
Yeah.
dude just keep getting, R'd. Like that's
Yeah, no,
terrible.
yeah. Yeah,
And
you better
and like I like that he went and, helped them. Like I thought that was a good
He
character
he's
arc.
he's eating the donuts at the stoplights. Motherfucker!
Yeah,
He
and he
drives
hits him with the car.
Oh, and that's my favorite quote in, like, all movies, Paul, when he cocks a shotgun, he's like, "Well, I'm gonna call about 5 hard-hitting pipe ninjas." to go on my boy,
Yeah.
go to work on my boy Zed here with the blowtorch and a pair of pliers. Make sure
You're gonna get medieval on your ass.
yeah, medieval on your ass, boy.
No,
Yeah.
no, dude. He cocks a shotgun from behind him. He goes, "Step aside, Butch," and then he steps forward and he gut shots him. And then he's just like, he's like, "I'm gonna call me up a couple of hard pipe hitting ninjas and get a blowtorch and pliers. We're gonna get medieval on his ass."
Fuck that dude up too. And I'd love to get something like Zed's dad, baby. Zed's dad. He drives off. It's so funny because it's so funny. I put on this shirt today, Paul, and I thought about you not watching Pulp Fiction, and I was gonna come in today and make up a story about how I was like, Paul hasn't even seen because I knew you were gonna talk about movies. I was literally had this plan. It's so funny you mentioned it. I was gonna go, Paul hasn't seen Pulp Fiction. He hasn't seen the scene where Bruce Willis gets hard. I was gonna bait you into thinking Bruce Willis is fun. So you're gonna be like, what? Bruce Willis gets hard, and then you'd have to watch it. That was my plan to watch it.
Well, I watched it, and Destiny kind of had the same opinion that it was like okay. I think we do need to watch it again.
You haven't seen it either?
No, she hadn't seen it, but we both watched it.
What is wrong with y'all? Jesus Christ. Y'all just be watching those shitty B movies like Dad does. You just click on a movie. Oh, this looks good. Oh, no, but that's how you guys pick movies. I swear to God. I'm just kidding.
You're a dick. Fuck you.
I'm a dick.
Why know what I started watching that? Oh my God, I can't believe I've slept on it this long. I'm about halfway through it. Band of Brothers.
Watched the first 2 episodes. I never took off with me. Just couldn't get into it.
Well, from what I've heard, a lot of the episodes, you can just like people that have watched it all or own it are like, oh, I just watched these 4. And then you get the gist of the whole thing. That's what I've heard. But obviously it's my first time going through, so I'm going to stick through it. I think I just finished the 3rd episode, whichever the episode is where it's following Blythe and Blythe like being scared. And then he eventually, gets shot and killed at the end, basically. That episode sucked.
Won't spoil it because I don't even know who that is.
Okay, well,
I might go back and watch it.
I didn't
wasn't impressed.
Yeah, I didn't really like that episode, but I really do like it so far. It's painting a good picture of how it went for the Airborne because like every time you see a World War II movie, it's always like D-Day scene, World War II game. It's gonna have D-Day in it. You're gonna be the one coming off the boat. They always show it coming off the boat on Omaha Beach and that stretch of beach or whatever, but they never show like how did the Airborne, how did the Navy do. This is that, which is why I noticed they also made a show, John Bernthal's in it, same thing, Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, like how they made Band of Brothers, they made The Pacific. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And that one, I think, is also World War II, but based off, I'm not sure. I'm assuming Navy? I don't know.
Right.
But it's really cool so far to see it from this perspective, and I like how it kind of like will take a few characters and kind of make them the spotlight per episode and as they go through the battle of whatever, World War II, whatever that battle was, Battle for Omaha Beach, D-Day, and ongoing throughout the month. So,
I do
Normandy.
like all the actors. I just don't know what it was in that point of time when I was watching it that I just didn't connect with me, but maybe I'll go back and give her a shot.
Well, like, for instance, Neil McDonough, I love Neil McDonough, and it's the first thing I've seen him in where he isn't a villain.
Yeah, I know.
He's good. Like, he's in Walking Tall, he's in Justified, he's in a few other things, but he usually plays a bad guy, which makes sense now because I read a fun fact about Neil McDonough. Don't know if it's 100% true. Apparently Huh?
Nothing. Sorry.
No, apparently since the beginning of time in his acting career, he has refused to do scenes that require kissing because he says his lips are only meant for one woman, his wife. So he usually has to be a bad guy or a sociopath, even though he can play those other roles really, really well, like good guy, whatever, romantic, but he won't kiss other people at all. Thought that was interesting.
For guys' dicks, right? I'm just kidding.
Dude, he's a weird fucking Justified. He's got like kids, like teenage kids tied up in his fucking bathroom, dude. It's fucked up.
Does he kiss them? I don't kiss any woman, except for teenage kids. I'm just kidding.
I don't know what he's doing to him.
Someone's gonna take that out of context, Paul. I'm done. I'm toast. AI just had their day with me, Paul. I'm cooked. Someone's gonna clip that. Don't clip that. 10 seconds.
Don't say it.
Don't say it again. Jesus, you're gonna bait me even more. God,
but anyways, Band of Brothers, liking it so far, really good. The last movie and the last thing I have to talk about regarding movies and TV, Stuart Little. Oh my god, I loved this movie as a kid. I loved Stuart Little. I had it on VHS. Bro, I couldn't even finish it. That these motherfuckers, like,
They're
fuck
so
that
mean to
rat.
him.
Fuck him. No, fuck
Made him
him.
sad.
He
Oh,
deserves
we're
to be
sad
mean
about
to. No, I hate
Oh.
it. The kid is right. Fuck that mouse, dude. At the beginning, the kid like wants nothing to do with him because he wanted a brother. I'm like, why did these parents adopt a fucking mouse? And then they have all the family come over to meet the new, nephew or whatever. And they're just like, even in as much shock as I am that they let this goddamn mouse here.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get yeah, I mean, I always thought it was an Can I even say this? Can I even say this joke? I don't even think I should. I always thought it was an allegory for a black baby. They just put him as the rat.
That's terrible.
That's like the worst thing I've ever said on this
Yeah,
cast.
that's
Nah, I'm just
horrible,
kidding.
dude.
That's all satire.
What's
No, I
wrong
just
with
thought
you?
it was like I thought it was like, like a parody. I thought it was like really portraying what it'd be like to be adopted as a black man into a white family. And that was what happened.
Why didn't they
Was
just do that then?
You can't just come out and immediately do it, Paul. You insane? No, that was my. Well, yeah, fuck that. Fuck that little rat. I don't like rats. Rats are gross. Ick. Paul, you know what's another good rat movie? The Mouse and the Motorcycle. You ever read The Mouse and the Motorcycle? Ever watched that movie?
No, was it good?
It's this mouse rides a motorcycle, so he's pretty dope. Yeah, he goes around.
Destiny really likes that movie Mouse Hunt.
Never seen it.
I don't know. I've never seen it either. I think we have it on DVD too.
Yeah,
But
another movie
that's
I've
it.
seen.
On my need to watch is Beverly Hills Cop. The new one just dropped on Netflix, so we got to see if Eddie Murphy bombs or not. As Axel Foley, like 40 years later.
Yeah, I didn't know they made a new. I thought you haven't seen the original. I'm like, huh.
Oh no, I've
Pretty
seen
sure
all.
you
I
told
think
me
they made what
original.
3 originals. I've seen them all.
I've only
The
seen the first
third
one.
one's the one at like the amusement park, right?
I don't
I don't know.
remember.
There's a lot.
No,
Yeah,
no.
there's 3 of them. I've seen them all. They're all. I like them all. They're good.
I don't remember. Paul, you know what I went to the other day that I was not impressed by? Except for, okay, I had to be careful what I talk about. I went to my first drag show ever. It was at Earth Rider Cider in Duluth. Everyone was terrible. All the performers were awful. Drag shows suck. Except for Cam. Cam, you did great. Shout out to Cam. They did really good. They had this whole aerial hoop thing. You know that hoop that people hang on, like that circle, and they do like kind of like slutty, like it's kind of like strip dance a little bit. But
Yeah.
they weren't strip dancing. You know what I'm talking about. It takes skill to pull yourself up on that ring and shit. So Cam, you killed it.
Oh, is that
Way to
like
go.
it's like a fabric and
circle.
then like a rope, a circle?
No, not that. No, you just think it's a big metal ring, and like they do gymnastics, but it's like above. It's like 5 feet in the air. But yeah, Cam killed it. They were like one of like 3 people that did the aerials. The rest of them, I don't know if you've been to a drag show, Paul, but all they do is lip sync and walk and go. You know, they do it a little hotter than that, but they do just a little like pride, like diva walk, and they lip sync to a shitty song no one cares about. Then maybe they step up on a table and again are lip sync it to a song, and it's hard not to feel embarrassed for them. If that makes sense, because
Well, if this is they had a drag show at work like
why?
a few months ago, and
They
they
do
were
the same
asking
thing?
well, I didn't go. They were asking us to bring money to tip because I guess it's normal
Yeah.
to tip.
Apparently, yeah, I didn't know that either. Blew my fucking mind. Do you know how much money these cocksuckers are making for doing shit? None of them were singing, and it was not good. I don't
For
care who
doing
the fuck.
shit.
Except for Cam. Cam, you were good. I gotta emphasize that because I do not want to make them mad at me because they generally were good. Everyone else that lip syncs and walks and got hundreds of dollars just for lip syncing to a shit, and all the songs are shit, by the way. Like god awful songs, and their costumes look like shit. Your music sucks, and you look like a dick. Like that's what I want to tell all these drag performers. It's embarrassing. You're not talented. Don't think you are. 99.9% of drag is just wearing an outfit that looks like flamboyant or cool. I can throw together an outfit and I'll sing the lyrics. So just not impressed by that. Don't go to a drag show. I had to be honest with the person I was with. They're like, would you go to another one? And I'm like, no. Like honestly, if you want to go to a drag show, go, but I don't want to go because that shit was boring as fuck. Not a fan. But I did see, which is really cool. I really like this at Pride. There are such things as metal drag shows, Paul. It's a real thing. People get some metal songs and they do drag. And I saw a little bit of one at Pride. There's this huge ripped black guy, Paul, obviously very flamboyant. He had like a sequin like vest on, like shiny, and he had like a cop man's hat, but he was doing Limp Bizkit's break stuff while like dancing, dude. And like by himself up on that stage in front of like hundreds of people, just killing it, dude. He was having a good ass time. So that was cool. And he was ripped and he was doing front flips and shit. None of these other motherfuckers did a front flip. So yeah, don't
Was he
tip.
in drag or was he just doing his own thing?
No, he was I don't even think he was a drag performer because he wasn't he was very obviously masked, but he was just like dressed very flamboyant and just like he had like full sequence with like diamonds on it, or like not of real diamonds but like shining. That guy was cool. I like that guy. He's doing hat flips and shit to Limp Bizkit's break stuff of all things, so that was cool. But yeah, don't go to drag shows. That was a huge disappointment. Like, God, that sucked. I just wanted to leave immediately as it started.
I just know it wouldn't interest me.
It's not. I knew it wouldn't. I always knew it wouldn't interest me, but I was like, oh, I'll try it. I'll go to one, and yeah, 100%, it did not interest me. And one of the performers, I don't even want to say. I probably shouldn't, so I'm not gonna. I will
Just
not say
don't.
anything to get myself in trouble. Don't do it.
Yeah.
But
What can we
I
talk
wasn't
about?
impressed. Well, let's,
Yeah.
let's wrap it up. What do you want to wrap it up? Should we wrap it up with the one big thing that's been on our minds?
I
Dead
have.
Rising 1.
Can I also cover the home improvement one too?
Yes.
Okay. Dead Rising 1. You've seen Dead Rising 1, cult classic on the Xbox 360. The Frank West photojournalist, zombie killer. It's called the Dead Rising 1 Deluxe Remaster. They're remastering it. The reason why it's a deluxe remaster is I'd say it's basically a stone's throw away from a full remake. A lot of quality of life changes and stuff like that. Ruby, why don't you go into what you've seen? You've seen the teaser trailer. They've released gameplay now. What do you think so far?
I've seen enough to know that I'm not going to pay $60 for it. I'll tell you that.
I'm paying
Why
$60
isn't there
for it.
multiplayer? Why can't I hop in the game with you? And it's fine, make it solo player too. But just think of how fun it would. I could see literally nobody complaining that there's a multiplayer option. I should be able to run
I
around
think
with
they
you.
would.
Really
I think. Well,
couple of zombies.
The problem with that, Ruby, is that they would have to like rework the game because the game was never the source code of it was never built to do. Well, then at that point though, it would be a full remake and it would be $60 anyways.
Well, you pretty much said it was a full remake.
I said almost. It's a stone's throw away from a full remake. That's why it's called a deluxe remaster.
They're using the original voice actor's voice, right? Or are they using the new one?
No. So this is what's changing in the deluxe remaster. They said they tried to keep a majority of animations. So all the old animations are there to keep the goofiness of the game. So all the character animations, zombie animations, NPCs, everything, they tried to keep all that. Unfortunately, I guess they had to change the voice actor for whatever reason. I don't know why. They didn't really go into that. And they changed how Frank West's his character model looked. I mean, they changed the looks of basically every character model. I will say that. Everybody looks more realistic, looks different. As far as gameplay changes go, huge one. Autosave. The game autosaves. No longer do you have to go to a goddamn bathroom to save the game. So that's kind of nice. Quality of life. Number 2, NPCs. There's it probably loads way faster, but NPCs, the follower system works way better now. They're more intelligent. Apparently, they seem to actually like react and follow you through the sword. Come on, get over here. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, the price is $60. There's a lot of other changes they made, but again, not enough to constitute it as a full remake, but pretty damn close. September 19th is the release here of 2024 for it. I'm pretty excited. I know it's $60. I'm still going to buy it because I love the game. It'll be a good trip down memory lane. And honestly, I bought it when they released it on PC out of nowhere for like 3 years and ported it. And I couldn't really get that drive to get back into it and like grind. But this will make me like go through the grind and like play through it over and over and over and stuff. So, yeah.
First one's a hard game, not an easy game. Difficult.
Yeah, I don't think it's even possible to get all the survivors in one run.
I mean, people have done it, but it's like excruciating, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah. Awful. Well, especially with the old follower system. If this one's any better, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Yeah.
Cool. It's big news. Happy.
Yeah.
Hasn't been talked about in a while, so that's good. One of the best zombie games.
It is. You want me to talk about the next topic here? Or?
Yeah, you can do home improvement. I don't think I have much to say about that, except for Paul before the record, before the cast was complaining about mowing the lawn, and then he has over here that he loves mowing the
All
lawn.
right.
So
Well,
he's a little bit contradictory
I'll get
statements
into
there.
that here in a second. So, I just want to talk about how I've really been liking home improvement, even though there isn't a ton that I've done, but here and there little things that I have been enjoying it. Everything from mowing the lawn, general landscaping, planning to paint the home and getting ready for that, gutter cleaning, eh, shit like that. I don't know. I like it. And, the reason why I was complaining to him about mowing the lawn, it's not that I have to mow the lawn. It's that I have to do it right after the cast because I'm busy for like the next 3 days. That's why it sucks. I have to do it at like whatever, 6, 7 p.m. It's not a big deal. I'm just like not looking forward to it, whatever. Landscaping. So I finally got that bush taken out from behind my garage and all that area fully like de-rooted and cleaned up. So now it's just dirt. I laid down, I went and clapped out the Buick at Menards with like 15 bags of dirt in the trunk. The trunk, it was sagging so bad, dude. I got home with the 15 bags of dirt. We raked the old dry dirt, got it wet. We poured the 15 bags evenly over the area, planted grass seed, raked it over again, watered it. I was just out there watering it before that, trying to get the grass to grow back there. Hopefully it all works out. So yeah, I'm trying to get grass to just grow in that area that was just brush and old
Mhm.
stuff they threw beside the garage and all types of garbage and stuff that just didn't need to be there. Like I found like a super old Super One bag from like 2001 and shit like that, like
Mhm.
just stuffed back in the brush there. So it
A
was nice to
9/11
clean that up.
version.
What was that?
It's a 9/11 bag.
Oh my god. Um Gutters. So I have to clean my gutters in preparation for paint. Not really do I need to clean them. It's just in preparation for painting the exterior of the home. It's that I would have better peace of mind if they're cleaned. And also, I have leaks from like all my gutters. Like when it heavy rains, dude, I went outside. They're not even going down the pipe. It's just like leaking out of the
Mhm.
elbows. Like nothing is sealed. So I went
Yeah.
and cleaned out the gutter on the garage because I could reach that one. And it was bone dry. Like it wasn't even that bad. I just like hosed out the downpipe and caulked a few areas where it was leaking really bad and called it good. And I still have to adjust the downspout to go somewhere else, but that's kind of cool. The reason why I never got to the gutters on the house is because I borrowed a ladder for my brother, which I want to talk about this really quick. Ladders, okay? They're so fucking expensive, dude. Like,
Mhm.
dumb. Like, I need like an 18 to 20 something foot ladder. My brother borrowed me a 10-foot, and as soon as I put it up against the house, I'm like, there's no way I'm fucking getting up there. Like, what the
Mhm.
fuck? Like, he
Yeah.
told me it would be okay, but he doesn't know. It's 12 foot. He thought maybe with 10 I could get up, and no, I'm not gonna be
Mhm.
reaching and shit like that. So, dude, like an 18, 20 foot, like nice ladder is like $300 fucking dollars. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like I'll do it because I have to. I'm probably gonna borrow mom and dad's to be honest with you for this project, but
Mhm.
regardless, I need one because even when I go to paint the exterior of the home with like a sprayer, I need to have a ladder. Like you just have to.
Yeah. You do,
Um,
yeah.
but related to gutters, though, what I think is kind of funny is I saw a photo that was like flex on your neighbors by getting copper gutters installed, and it looked like a Willy Wonka house. Like the piping on the
Jesus
outside
Christ.
were like
I
it was
can't
all brass. So
somewhere it's gonna
expensive.
go wrong.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
so
Wouldn't it
expensive,
get
dude.
so hot too? Wouldn't it
Well,
be
dude,
like sputtering?
well, I think what would happen is eventually the copper would oxidize like the Minecraft block and turn
Yeah.
green like the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, would. Yeah. They'd fall apart. It'd be
Yeah.
gross. Yeah.
Um, and then pro tip I found out when it comes to interior painting, this probably applies to exterior painting. I kind of fucked up. Okay. So in my living room is the most perfectly done room with paint. It's perfect. There are a few little blemishes we made with the couch. I go down into the basement. They left me a ton of paint, the previous homeowners. And I found what looked to be a direct match of the paint. I took it and put it like up against the wall with like the dry paint. It looked exact. So I
Okay.
patch up those spots with spackle and paint over it. It's way lighter. Like way lighter after it dries. Like obviously looks
Yeah.
like the wrong color. So I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, well, this paint's from 2021, and they told me they painted it in the last couple of years, so it had the living room had to have been painted in 2021. So I take a chip off the wall, go to Menards, get it paint matched. They find that it has a different base than the one I have because the computer will tell you what base you need, and then they'll mix the colors. I get home, I apply that paint. I'm like, oh, this is such a close match. It looks great. It dries significantly darker. Significantly darker. So now I just have these patches all over my wall of different colored paint. And so you want to know what I found out? Matching paint just doesn't fucking work. I think it doesn't matter. Like I just don't think you're ever going to get a perfect match. And maybe everybody, this is news to me, maybe not everybody else. When it comes to painting, I would say if you're going to paint an area, have an extra gallon of that color and just save it and mark it what room you used it in. Age obviously is a factor, right? Like say if I painted this living room 10 years later and tried to match it, it'd be way harder because of sun fade and whatever else, dust on the walls or whatever. But if it's like, say within a few years, oh shit, man, I really wish I had like a little tiny pint or a little half gallon to just touch up these areas. That's where it will come in clutch. But you know, want to know why I'm fucked now? Now I have to repaint my whole fucking living room. Everything. Because it's just, they're in areas where like a painting over it isn't just going to work, you know? So I'm going to have to repaint my entire living room, which is whatever. I'm going to do that. That's like the inside stuff. Like this stuff is for the winter. That's not for the summer. The summers get everything on the exterior ripping and rolling or what I can. So that's what I'm focusing on is painting the exterior of my home. And we are going with purple with a white trim.
You're gonna paint your house purple?
Yeah, but by purple, it's not like purple. This is like, have you seen like gray purples before? Like think of this, but like purple, but like dark gray. So it's like, if you just glanced at my house, you'd be like, oh, that's a gray house. But if you really looked at it, you'd be like, oh, that's like a nice like off gray purple house. And so that's kind of what I think I'm going to go with. I think it'd look really good with like that white trim and stuff. So yeah.
I think it would too. Hell yeah. I say it looks sick. It look awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
But I have to dip into asbestos tiling and all that because my side of my house is asbestos tile. I have to cut and fix, and I have to wear like an actual mask that filters it. It's kind of scary. So,
yeah, that sounds really Keep it
asbestos fibers.
Wide berth for me after you even get near asbestos. Like for a month, don't even come near me after you've been near that shit.
Anyways, I know it was kind of a rant, but that's all I got for this week. Ruby, is there anything else you'd like to go over?
No, I'll let you do your little joke, and I'll make sure to tell everyone to like, subscribe, comment. I go to the bathroom so bad. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz.
Okay.
If you're gonna Gutterball, let us know, and I'll let Paula take it from here. I appreciate you so much.
All right. See you, boss.
All right. No, I'm just waiting. I'm not getting.
Oh, you're gonna wait. Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay,
well, that means I can talk to you about this. Spotify. Don't go looking for it yet because it's not out. But I have been slowly re-uploading every podcast of Gutterball onto Spotify. And when we have that, we'll have links in the description. We'll get that posted out on socials everywhere so everybody's aware. Here's the downside, though, okay? I didn't save every single video version of the podcast, only the ones in which we had guests. I could go easily re-download them all from YouTube, but I'm not really in the mood for like doing that and uploading them one by one because I already have to upload them one by one. So I have every audio version of the cast. So some of them are going to be audio and some of them are going to have video. But going forward after this one, every single one would be video, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So just a heads up there. So don't be, surprised if you get on Spotify and you don't get the video format on especially some of the earlier ones. But anyways, let's wrap it up. Joke of the week, because I missed it last week. You guys were all waiting for that new segment, right? I've been dropping the ball. Joke of the week. I'm going to hit you with it, Ruby. How many kids is it with ADHD does it take to screw in a light bulb? Let's go ride bikes. There you go. That's a good one, right? Yeah, you like that one? All right.
Yeah.
That was Gutterball 107. Have a great weekend. Whoa-ho-ho. Whoa-ho-ho.
Whoa.